All right, now we are on XSS. We're going to do stored and reflected, right? And we're actually going to log in as Gordon B this time. So if you remember, we did do that, Gordon B. We did do that SQL injection, and Gordon B's password is ABC123. Remember whenever we dropped out all those passwords. Now we're logged in as Gordon B. We'll go ahead and we're going to go down to XSS reflected, and we can say, what is your name? We'll say script alert XSS and script submit, and we should get a nice little, oh, we are on security of high like right now, so I would have to do a lot more stuff than just that. We have to bypass a lot of things. We'll go and we'll submit that like real quick. All right, let's go ahead and go back over to here, and we'll say script alert XSS, boom, boom. All right, and we get this XSS back. Okay, cool. We know that now we know that there is cross-site scripting on here. Now we do have cross-site scripting stored. So this is already set up to actually run. So how did I do that, right? What we did was I pretty much just followed your guys' textbook. Okay, what you guys received, I followed that, and we created the PHP file, which has the index.php. So if I look in my, I made a new directory called XSS, right? So I can go ahead and do an ls-la. There's my new directory XSS. I have my index.php and my script.js. So if I cat that index.php, there you go. That's a PHP file that is in your PDF. And if I cat that script.js, that is the JS, the JavaScript that's inside your PDF. And I change the IP address to call back to me, 172.18.0.1. From here, what we can do is we go ahead and run our PHP command, right? So we can do our sudo PHP command and have port 80 up and running. Now we're going to be like right now, so there's our cookies, right? Boom. Okay, we got some cookies down here, okay? Let's go ahead and log out, and we're going to log in as admin. Okay, that's what I want to try to do. All right, so I'm going to log out now. I'm going to log in as admin. Whoops. Password. Right. We look at our cookies down here. We now have our cookies, okay? And that /dvwa is a big portion of this, okay? So we got some new cookies and everything like that. Let's go ahead and scroll down. And what we're going to do is we are going to click on this XSS stored. Like I said, I already have the cross-site scripting attack uploaded into there. Okay, the attack that we use is the same exact one that is inside your PDF file that you all have. All right, and this might take a little practice to be able to get it down and everything like that, to be able to get to work and everything, okay? But that script source that we have inside of our PDF there, I'll copy the command for you all. This one like right here. And all we need to do is just change our IP address to call back to us, right? We already have that web server up and running, that PHP server. So let's go ahead and let's head over to our XSS stored. And we'll actually see that actually goes to 172.18.0.1. It tries to actually call for this, right? If we call back to us, if we go back to us, we can actually see we stole it. Okay, their security equals low, and their PHP session ID is this. So let's go ahead and grab this like right here. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new incognito tab, new private window, and we're going to go to 172.18.0.2/dvwa. We are in the login. Okay, and all we want to do is we're just going to do a quick F12. Okay, change out my PHP session ID to that what I just got, that cookie. We'll say low, and then we'll try to go to, let's say, index.php, and we log in. We log in because we are utilizing the username admin's session token. All right, admin is logged in. We are now logged in. All right, so that is stealing someone's session token. That's stealing their cookie and being able to log in and become them. Now, one nice thing about this is that even when they exit out of here and they're all finished and they think, all right, I'm done for the day, whatever, you are still logged in. That is because you still have their session. Their session is still open. It hasn't closed yet because you have not closed their session yet. All right, this is what happened pretty much to Linus Tech Tips. He got an XSS vulnerability through a PDF document that stole his session token, and that's how he was able to get it, and that's how that hacker was able to get into YouTube. And that's why even when he logged out of everything, it didn't matter, because that hacker still had that session token. He was still logged in. So until I'm done on here, you are not done yet. And that is cross-site scripting. A lot of websites are vulnerable to cross-site scripting. Actually finding it, go out to GitHub. There's a lot of different ways to obfuscate JavaScript code and obfuscate that cross-site scripting code. And that's something that, just kind of comes with practice and continue to do it, and continue to bypass those different vulnerabilities. All right. So now let's go ahead, because that one was a little bit quicker than what I thought it was going to be. Let's go ahead and look at cross-site request forgery. All right. So this cross-site request forgery, what we could do with this is we could actually, let's say, change someone else's password, right? We can have them go somewhere else, and we can have this server, DVWA here, do something that it's not supposed to do from a different site. Okay. So how do we do this, right? Let's go ahead and we will create a file first. All right, we're going to create a doc type. We need to actually save this as index.html. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will make a directory called CSRF, cross-site request forgery. We'll cd in there, and we will do it. Go ahead, we will do a sublime index.html. Now, one of the problems with cross-site request forgery, Shift-Alt, get rid of all this stuff, right? Okay, one of the problems with cross-site request forgery is that a lot of businesses look at it as it being a, let's see here, like a social engineering style attack. They don't look at it as their website is wrong. Okay, so a lot of businesses will not fix cross-site request forgery. They won't. Okay. And that's kind of scary, that's a little bit scary that a lot of businesses won't fix it. And so there's a lot of sites that do not have cross-site request forgery tokens on them or properly on them or whatever else. So that allows someone to be able to change someone else's password because they look at it as social engineering and that it is a client attack and not an actual server attack. All right. So what we could do here is we want to be able to change the password. And so let's go ahead and let's head over to our cross-site request forgery area. So if we head over here, we can change our password, right? New password, we'll say admin. So instead of password now, admin's password is now admin. Okay. So now it's admin. So if we were to log out, let's go ahead and log out of here. And then we'll log back in. Admin. Okay, cool. That worked, right? Now, let's try to change his password not from this site. Right? So we created that file that's within your PDF that you received, this index.html file. And what we're going to do is we are going to actually, sorry, I keep clicking on the wrong button there, so it keeps exiting you guys out, huh? So what we're going to do is we are going to change to reference over to a different website here, right? So we want to actually reference this to 172.18.0.2. And what we have here is we are going to try to send up something that says, hey, I want to change the password 12345. Okay, so pretty much if a user goes to your website through Typo Squatty or whatever else, it's actually going to, and they're logged in on the other website, right? So they already have cookies or whatever else. It's actually going to change their password on the other website. So we're going to, we'll save this, okay? And now, if I go ahead and I shut this down, like right here, we need to start up some type of web server here, right? We could try to do cd/CSRF. We can try to do that sudo php web server again. And then if I go to that site, that 172.18.0.1, we see this download updates. So this is more like typo squatting, right? They said 1 instead of 2, right? So, okay, download newest updates. Let's go ahead and click on that. And it says password changed. What do you mean the password changed? Let's go ahead and we're going to go log out. I try to log back in as admin, and no, that failed. What about admin 12345, which is what we just changed the password to, as we see like right here. And that does work. That is cross-site request forgery. If you do not have your cross-site request forgery token on the site, then this will work. So this is something that a lot of companies, like I said, a lot of organizations will not actually look at and say, nope, that's our fault. A lot of them will actually say that's not our fault. So that's a client-side attack, and it's more of a phishing style attack. So let's go ahead and let's go back to our 172.18.01. Go to download updates, okay? And we've now changed the password back to password like it was in the very beginning. So the login is still admin and then password, and whoever's logged in here, that's what it's going to change the password to. Okay, so we are logged in like right now as admin. If we're logged in as Gordon B, it would change it as Gordon B, right? But as you can see, we still have our site up and running over here, and that's why we're able to log in and do that. All right, and that is actually it for Metasploitable 2 on the web and Metasploitable 2 within the actual file itself. There are many, many, many other things you can do on Metasploitable. I would highly suggest you do them. I highly suggest you go through the medium. I highly suggest you try the hard things and continue to try to work on these different things. But that's going to be for your own studying during your own time and things like that. Just do not have enough time to be able to go through every single type of attack that has ever been created. Right? But I highly suggest you guys go through them and learn more things and be able to continue to learn all different things that we have talked about today and start to utilize those in different CTFs to see how can I obfuscate this information, how do I bypass different securities and things like that to be able to actually execute what I've learned in these past couple days. All right, hopefully you all learned something. I'll talk to you all later.